I am very, very committed to the teaching on the family. And I say it that way very carefully because the last thing I want to do is give you the impression that because I'm that committed, I, of course, have done everything perfectly. And that if you would simply shadow me, you will know everything you need to know about parenting. Nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, when I get to heaven, honestly, one of my first questions to God is, why did you set it up this way? Why weren't there 2 or 3 kind of test families that you got all the bugs out before you got to the one that really counted? I don't know if any parents are in here tonight that can identify with that. It's intimidating to have my firstborn here. I mean, as a firstborn adult child, I see her and it's just kind of spontaneous. I just spontaneously start to apologize. You know, I'm sorry, sweetie, we didn't know any better. You were the first one. You know, we read everything we could get our hands on, but, you know, mistakes happen. And of course, now with 5, with the 5th, I knew much better what to do. But of course, with 5, you're just so tired. And there's something along the way every way you go, right? But I want to kind of kick this off tonight with a story about my youngest because it's very significant in the scripture passage that we want to look at tonight and this whole idea of legacy. By the time Joseph came along, like I said, I had a better idea of what was going on. But I got very, very busy. We were living here in Southern California. If the name Chuck Swindoll is familiar, I was working for Chuck and at the radio ministry, and I was on staff doing writing for him and counseling. And it was an unusual ministry position because it was actually a Monday through Friday job. And then on the weekends, I started going out and speaking just like I am with you, except it was out of town and on the road. And those were intriguing years because I would go out. I remember I would leave work early on Friday afternoon. My wife would drive me to Disneyland where I'd take the bus to LAX, spend the whole weekend with a group. And usually my theme back then was along the lines of, you need to spend more time with your family. Fly home so late Sunday night, my kids were already in bed. I'd get up early Monday morning to get into the office to make up for the time I missed by sneaking out early on Friday afternoon. So if you're doing the math, there were a lot of weekends where I did not see my family from the time I tucked the kids in Thursday night till the time we were reunited again Monday evening at dinner. And I'll finish the math for you there. That's really not the way God designed any parent to live their life. So Joseph decides as a little one to enter the land of language. You may remember your child's first words, or your parents may have told you your first words, or your younger brothers. First words are very important. I mean, I observe there's basically one of 2 ways it happens. Basically, you get lucky. I mean, you're sitting there one day, goo gaga, mimo mama, broccoli. You know, all of a sudden you're speaking, or else God kind of hits a button and all of a sudden you enter the land of language and you're communicating freely. And that's kind of what happened to Joseph. Now, this happened on a Monday night, and that's why I told you all about what was going on a typical weekend. We're reunited after this really long weekend, and I'll never forget it. He's sitting in a high chair. I'm on one side and his mom's on the other, and God hits the on switch. It's time for Joseph to begin to speak. And as long as I live, I'll remember he turned and he looked at his mom, his face lit up, and with unmistakable clarity he goes, "Hey, hey, hey, Ma!"